Hello, sorry, there was a delay there. Hello, how are you? Welcome to part 3 of my 6x6 mini album. Let me just flip the camera down. So I have gone ahead a little bit, but only a little bit. I suddenly realised, no, it's fine. So this is the album that you will already have seen, which is the boy album for my neighbours who are at the point where you watch this. They've probably been delivered of their new son. So this is the album that I've made for him. There are little slip spaces. There are, oh no, that's not a pocket. There are pockets in the side. There are pockets in the top. Another slip space. However, this you can tuck extra bits under the characters. So I have popped those down so that it is possible to tuck under. And there's a character on each double page. And you'll remember that the paper came from a trademarked product for Peter Rabbit that I found in Hobbycraft. And I got the 6x6 and the 12x12 album. And having made one album, I thought his older sister might feel a little left out, so maybe I should make a second album. So this is the boy album. As I say, we've seen this already. And you will have seen the makings of and the putting in of the hinge of, in fact you saw the making of my cherry cobbler version, but the hinge you saw me make. So we're now at the point, when you saw me make the blank pages. So I'm now at the point where I'm going to be putting the pages in. I have decorated the front covers. I found some pink glossy kind of metallic-y letters and just put Our Girl, purely because although I know her name, I don't know how they spell it, and it's one of those names that could be spelled a number of ways. So I could have put her name on the front, but as I put Baby Boy on the front of the other, I thought Our Girl would work on the front of this one. And I haven't actually used all of the 2 packs of paper, but I have used quite a lot. So what I'm going to talk you through today is how I have decorated the pages, how I've done the slides for the pockets, and then putting it all together. So let's take the slides out, and I will have these measurements over on my website, and there'll be a link to that below this video. Just want to check that I've got these right, because I've been measuring busily because I've got the cherry cobbler version to make as well, and I just want to make sure that I have got these the way I think I've got them, and I have. So I have got 5 pages that are what I would call a full page, so they've got no opening anywhere other than to pop it into the book. The papers, and I have pieced some of the papers in order to stretch it out, particularly using the 6x6 pad. The width of the paper on these pages is 5.5 inches. So the 6x6 works, you just trim 1/2 inch off the edge. The height is 7.5, because these pages are 7 3/4 by 5 3/4. So for the pages, not the slips, not the bits that go in, that's the size we've got. These pieces I stupidly didn't measure, but I will put them on the measurements on my website. So these are 4.5 by 6.5. So they will take a 4x6 portrait photo really nicely, and this just slips in and is stopped by dimensional foam here. So one side is plain, as in doesn't have a slip, and the other side has got a slip. So that's a full page. This is a side pocket page, and it's got a pocket on the front as well, same size, so 4.5 by 6.5, and then the other side is plain. This is just a pocket, just a page, and again we've got that 4.5 by that's wider. That's because it's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So I will pop that on my website as well. So that's, as I say, it's a side pocket. No, it's not. It's a full page, standard page. So side pocket, standard page, top pocket, which at the moment looks like a slip folder, and then again we've got a piece on the back. Full page, side pocket with a pocket on the front, and that's just paper. Full page with this band across the middle. Top pocket with a tuck. Full page with a tuck. Now these pieces are random sizes, so I just made sure that I had a reasonable overlap. So this sheet is 6 inches long and comes down to here, but to make it work I put a bigger piece of paper on to make the pocket. So that's a full pocket, sorry, a full page, and this is a top loader. So I've got 3 top pockets and 2 side pockets and 5 full pages, as in just the page. And what we're going to do now is put them all on. It is easier to decorate before you put them on. I did the boy page the other way around, trust me. It's easier to decorate them before you put them on. So I'm going to put these in, then we're going to talk about the slips for the pocket. So this is the front, so let's get rid of that. I'm going to build from the front. I've already got my tear and tape in place. I'm going to take one piece off and just lift the beginning of the second piece and fold it so it's going out. This page then slips over the top, and what you want to make sure is that you've got it even top to bottom. So my pieces of card for the inside layer are 7 3/4. These are 7 3/4. So if you line the page up with this piece, which ends here, it should work. Press, fold, pull, press. So that is now in, and you will see that there's a little gap that sticks out from the hinge, which is intentional because otherwise it gets really tight. So this is a side pocket. So again, I'm going to lift a piece and fold it so that that will then be available for me to pull as a little handle. This piece I'm going to remove, if it would let me, and then just making sure everything is the right way up. So your trees are growing up. Yes, the trees are growing up the page. The pockets are slipping down the page. It's all good. This is quite an easy one to put on because there's nothing, it's not been stuck. The full pages I have stuck, if you remember, the middle together a little so that everything stays in place. And now although I am looking at the pink, I'm also looking at the white from the page before so that everything lines up, and then that's beautifully lined up. Remove that, press, and we've got our page. And we're basically just doing that the whole way through. So I'm back to a full page. So let's lift and make a handle, and then remove. Come along. So this goes over that hinge. It's catching there, but that's fine. That looks straight to me. So I can press, allow that to flop. Yep, that's all fine. Remove. Making sure everything opens in both directions. That's crooked, but that's fine. It's a slip piece. Now, this is going to be our first top pocket. These are, again, quite an easy one to do. So let's remove that to form a handle, and then remove. So these are quite easy to slip on like that. Line everything up, and I'm just letting them rest. I'm not pushing them down, I'm just letting them rest. Press, fold down, and this I can open up, get my handle and press all that down. So we've got another nice page, and we keep going. So where are we time wise? We're at 11 minutes, so I will try and speed this up a little. So we've now done one of each of the page styles. We've done a full page, a side pocket and a top pocket. So this is back to a full page. So I'm going to slide it on, pop it in place, press it full, pull. Oop, don't think I got all of that. No, I didn't. That's because I'm rushing now. There we go, that's the other bit. So let's just get that sorted out. So handle. You can use liquid glue. Personally, I wouldn't, particularly for your first attempt, because you can end up with liquid glue going everywhere except where you want it. And I've got my pages in the order in which I want them to go, so you know, I would say that's the best way to do it. Then you're not having to faff around with, does that pattern go with that pattern? And what I've tried to do, don't know if I've been totally successful, but I've tried to not have too much of the same paper on facing pages, particularly if I've got a large pattern and a small pattern of the same design. It kind of looks a bit odd, frankly. Getting a lovely pile of papers. There we go. So this is a top pocket. So let's slip him on, line up, press gently, flop, pull. Need to just lift that up again, because although I press gently, I didn't press quite firmly enough at the bottom, actually at the top. There we go. Right, last two pages, and then I will talk about the inserts. Now I have got a lovely new punch from Stamping Up. It was, I want to say, an online exclusive. No, it's in the annual catalogue. I've got the stamp set here. I've just realised that the punch is not in this room. So I can tell you what the stamp set is, and it becomes a bundle. And interestingly, it's a bundle that gives you a choice of a punch or a die. And it's one die or one punch. There is a bundle that gives you the punch and die option that actually gives you 3 dies. Right, so that is my book, and you remember I was going on about making sure your hinge would work in both directions so that you could open it up properly. I remembered on a live recently this album that I made, which is a lot more involved. See what the problem is? The pages don't fold flat. They are much chunkier pages because they've got flaps coming out and things. I don't think it's a good look when you can't open the pages flat. So that is the pages done. Let me just get rid of some of this tape backing and we will look at the slip pockets, or the slips to go into the pockets. So on my original album I actually punched little openings to make it easier to get the pages out without thinking that I was going to put a tag on or tab on. You don't need to do that, which is why I haven't done it for this album. So these are my inserts, and you will see that they are not quite the same size, and that's because of the way that the pages are constructed. So if we look at the top pockets first, let me grab that stamp set, which I think is in here. So it's the punch that goes with the keeping tabs stamp set, and I haven't got my catalogue available to check what it's called. I will try and remember to mention it on my website. So these are, for a top pocket, we want 3 of the top pockets. They are single sheets of card that then have a front and a back. So the actual pocket is 7.5 by 5. The tab is then punched out of the same card and put on as near to the middle as you can get it before you put any decoration on. And what I then did was line up. I did one and then lined the rest up, and that way they do at least line up if they're slightly off center. So 7.5 by 5. The pattern paper is 7.25 by 4 3/4, and the white is 7 by 4.5. So again, you can get a 6 by 4 photo on. I'm thinking of these as more for writing, because I've put white card on the back of each of them. So that's the top loading pockets. The side loading pockets, which I've got 2 of, are 7.5 still. Oh no, they're not, they're 7.25. I've written 7.25, so they're 7.25 by 5.25, so they're slightly shorter but slightly wider. The pattern paper is 7 by 5. The white is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. So once you've got the size of your piece of card, you then take 1/4 of an inch off each dimension to get your layers. And if we look at putting them into our album, so that's a full page. This is a side page. Oh, have I done the right number of everything? Oh, maybe I should have done 3 sides. I think I should have done 3 sides and 2 tops. However, I'll be going back to do some more of the side, I feel. Hey ho. Top. Oh no. I've just put them in a funny order. So what I should have done is do plain top, plain side. Doesn't matter. But can you see that I don't need the punched out piece because it's really easy to get that in and out. and it fits really nicely and snugly against the side, and this one does the same with the top. And it's purely because of the way the page is constructed that you end up with less space width-wise here and more space here, but less here. Basically, you're getting involved in seams, and they can catch. So, to be on the safe side, that is what I did. So that is the Our Girl, and this is the Baby Boy. So I will come back and certainly show you, whether I will show you any making of, but I will do a video next weekend of the cherry cobbler version, if, and this is a big if, I have enough designer series paper for it, or pattern paper for it. I don't know if I have, but I should be able to fudge something if I haven't. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for watching me today. This is, it's only a 21-minute video today, so it's even shorter than last week's. So thank you very much indeed. I hope you have enjoyed the mini album. I will put the link to both of the previous videos in the description bar for this video, if I remember, and I will put the name of the punch on my website and all the measurements. Questions or comments, you can leave those below the description bar. Do remember to subscribe, and if you've enjoyed the video or the series of videos, please give me a thumbs up. It makes a huge difference to the algorithm. And even if you just say, I really enjoyed the whole series, that makes a difference to the algorithm as well. So if you leave a comment, I will reply. At the point where I'm recording this, I'm up to date with them. So let me just do that and say thank you very much. I will see you again either Tuesday at 11 o'clock live, that's UK time, for I have no idea what at this point in my life, because I'm filming this way in advance. And then next Saturday I will hopefully have the Cherry Cobbler album ready to show you. Thank you very much indeed, and I will see you again very soon, I hope. Bye for now.